So Africa is gaining very significant attention as a growth market for iGaming, but one common misconception is viewing it as a single market. So in reality, it is a collection of incredibly diverse regions, each with unique opportunities and challenges. So could you explain why understanding Africa's diversity is so crucial for success in the iGaming space?
Yeah, I think if we go back to basics, I think most of us with some of the licenses as operators would just launch a new GEO, and it was sort of a kind of spray and pray approach. Like, we will open up to a new GEO, we'll use Google Translate or ChatGPT and the best get a proofreader to double check the translations, and off we go. And that was kind of what the approach we used a couple of years ago. And so now trying with the African market, it is really, really different, and that's not going to work. I've even seen some operators in Europe launching in South Africa with a €20 minimum deposit, which is huge. I mean, that's a good chunk of a weekly wage for an average South African. And also looking at your payment providers, their minimum deposits or their minimum fees are way ahead of what any normal local African can afford. But saying that, it just also creates some challenges. We've spoken to a couple of providers where they say the African, we're looking at quantity because it's such a massive market, but their spend is very low, but it will be consistent. Whereas obviously in the European market, it's very different. Your pot of players is much smaller, but the value is higher. There are a lot of operators who just aren't interested because they're like, oh, it's too much work. So it's also a different way of looking at things and seeing how things are different. And again, you mentioned the mobile data is completely different. You're looking at working on Android 4 phones. I mean, a South African has on average 4 to 5 phones anywhere they go at any moment. So they don't have one iPhone 14 Max Pro. They have really old phones. So, you really got to look at your market, look how different they are. But again, there's a lot of opportunity because the market is so big. I truly believe that for those who put the effort in and the research and look at what ways of creating, we'll talk about later, different marketing strategies, it's a lot to be gained.